It's time for Mabel Greer's Toy Shop, as promised.
Hi, this is Clive Bayley from Mabel Greer's Toyshop, and you're listening to Pirate FM or Marlow FM, and I hope you like what you hear.
The psychedelic progressive rock group Mabel Greer's Toyshop, which sprouted the first shoots of Yes, have reunited, and they've got a brand new album out called New Way of Life. It's going to be released on the 9th of March, and I'm really pleased to be joined by one of the co-founders of Mabel Greer's Toyshop, singer-songwriter and guitarist Clive Bayley. Hello, Clive.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. You're a very busy man at the moment, obviously.
Yeah, well, it's getting busy. I'm doing quite a few interviews at the moment. There seems to be quite a lot of interest about the relaunch of Mabel Greer, so that's all good.
Tell us how it all came about.
Well, Bob tracked me down after about 45 years, which is quite a long gap. And we met up in Nice, because I go down that way quite a bit, and he lives there. So we met up and went to a restaurant in Nice, and we thought, well, why don't we go into the studio and see how we sound after 45 years? So we went into a rehearsal space in Nice and played for a day and thought, yeah, this is all right, let's do it properly now. So we decided to reform the band and get going again.
And you've revisited some of the tracks that were on the very first Yes album.
Yeah, well, there's two parts. So we did 6 tracks from the Mabel Greer, Mabel Greer was around in 66, 67, something like that. So we did 6 of the Mabel Greer songs, one of which was Beyond and Before. We always used to open with Beyond and Before, which was on the first Yes album. And the other one was Sweetness, which we kind of just put together at the end of Mabel, but John Anderson wrote that with Chris Squire and myself. So we put those 2 on, which are on the first Yes album. And the other 4 tracks are Mabel Greer tracks that we used to play at Electric Garden, Middle Earth, Marquee Club, that kind of thing, back in the 60s.
Sunshine to a rainy afternoon. She puts the sweetness in and stirs it with a spoon. She watches for my mood and never brings me down. She puts the sweetness in all around. She knows just what to say to make me feel so good inside. And when I'm all alone, I feel I don't wanna hide. Today she brought me in and told me where she'd been. She put my mind at rest and put the sweetness in. I'll ask her for some time to go and look around. She puts the sweetness in all around. She knows just what to say to make a sunny day. When I'm all alone, I really don't feel that way. Tell me, how does it feel with no world of your own and nobody to hold? I just can't see the way. I'm so glad it's today and you're here. You're here. She brings the sunshine to my rainy afternoon. She puts the sweetness in and stirs it with a spoon. She watches for my moods and never brings me down. She puts the sweetness in all around. She knows just what to say to make a sunny day. And when I'm all alone, I feel I don't wanna hide. And when I'm all alone, I feel I don't wanna hide. She'll never leave me, believe me. She'll never go, I know. She'll always stay.
Hi, this is Clive Bayley from Mabel Greer's Toyshop, and you're listening to Pirate FM or Marlow FM, and I hope you like what you hear.
You had some help from Billy Sherwood on producing.
We did indeed. We sent Billy the tracks and said, what do you think? Can you knock this into, a slightly more professional state? And he got really enthusiastic and said, yeah, not only that, and I'll put a bit of bass down on it as well and a bit of this and that. And we said, well, we really want keyboards. Do you know of anyone? He said, well, we said, like Tony Kaye. He said, well, I'm working with Tony Kaye at the minute, and I'll ask him. So Tony graciously said, yeah, I'll put keyboards down on that. So we kind of, because Tony was in the band right at the end there, but just before I left, so I hadn't seen him or played with him for ages, but he put the keyboards down and Billy produced the album. They did a great job. It's fantastic. Great working with them.
And I bet you had good fun as well.
Yeah, not half. Great playing again, yeah.
When you came to revisit some of the classic ones, how did you go about approaching them?
I thought let's try and play it from memory. So we kind of played them from memory actually, and it's funny enough on Janetta, which was one of our main songs back there. I mean, I played it from memory, and I thought, I think the middle eight went like that, and I got it completely wrong. So we've actually left out part of the original, but we put a new bit in there. And I thought, oh, that sounds all right. Funnily enough, we played a gig in Nice last week, just a very small club, just to see what would happen, and we put the original one back in. So we thought we can't leave it out.
That flutters her hair so gently before I cry. Now I wonder why she thinking of the
Accentuate the positive. Accentuate the positive. Become aware of all the love that there is. Try loving awareness.
Set it and forget it. Pirate FM.
Hi, this is Clive Bayley from Mabel Greer's Toyshop, and I hope you like what you hear.
Knowing you're back
on the album, we took the sort of sound of Mabel, and we've done the sort of psychedelic intro, which we used to do then, like a bit of Indian raga kind of stuff going on. And then I added a bit more contemporary sort of heavy guitar, but we kept the vocals the same. The vocals are very similar to how it was in the 60s. And then just rearranged it a bit with a few more things in there to sort of make it a little bit rounder. And then that was it on the 6 original ones. On the 5 new ones, one was made up live in the studio without anyone knowing what we were doing. And another one, I wrote that one, New Way of Life, on our first rehearsal gig with Bob, because we're thinking, well, what we're going to play apart from Mabel's songs. Well, I thought, well, how about this one? So then we tweaked that, and that became the sort of the track New Way of Life. So, yeah, it was all good fun.
And, of course, that's the title of the album.
Yeah, New Way of Life, which is probably what it is, a new way of life, or back to the old way of life 45 years later.
Pirate FM.
With the power of love.
Yeah, did you not miss it at all over those 45 years?
Yeah, I did, really. I missed the music. You know, I mean, I like playing music. So, yeah, I missed that. But not, you know, it's sort of, in life you do various things. You know, I left the band, you know, for various reasons, but I thought I had to do something else at the time. And I missed the music, but every now and again you get a hankering thinking, oof, you know, I should be playing music, really. But, you know, many years later, I started playing. I picked up the guitar again about 15 years ago, I guess, and started playing. I got an electric guitar about 5 years ago because I've been playing acoustic, and I kind of started drifting into, you know, maybe I should start this up again.
I was going to ask you what guitar is your weapon of choice these days.
Well, on the album, it's a Stratocaster, that classic, easy to play. You know, don't make it too difficult. But I've got a 12-string Rickenbacker, which I'm just kind of doing some stuff on. I've got a Martin acoustic guitar, which I play a lot. But on the album, it's a Strat.
And are you going to be putting some gigs together on the back of the album release?
Doing some gigs, yeah. We're going to do a London gig. As soon as someone will invite us, we want to do a showcase gig in London, somewhere nice, somewhere, you know, groovy, showcase gig, and then probably do a few around Europe. And then if people like the album and it goes in the States, yeah, I'd love to do some gigs in the States and see what happens. If people like us and it works, yeah, we'll do more and more.
No, I dare say this question's been asked before, but I haven't asked it, so I'll ask it. Where did the name come from?
Mabel Greer. Bob came up with that. Bob Hager on the drums. I think at the time everyone was coming up with crazy long names. So Bob said, "What do you think about this one?" I thought, "Yeah, that's nuts. Let's use that one." So he's responsible for that. I have to blame him.
It's certainly
and it kind of stuck.
It's certainly a memorable and a standout name, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I will remind listeners that the album is released on the 9th of March. If you want to go to YouTube, you can check out some videos there. What's the website that people can go to if they want to find out more about you?
We've got, Mabel Greer's Toyshop. We've got a website, and we're on YouTube and Facebook. So, you know, just type in Mabel Greer's Toyshop and see what happens. We put a documentary out, just come out a couple of days ago, and we're posting some material, I think, from the live gig we did in Nice, which was a very sort of small club, just to see how it was playing together after 45 years, and it went really well. Yeah, there's some quite a bit of material coming out on YouTube, Facebook, and our website. I
shall have to check that out.
Well, it makes it... Yeah, it's quite funny, some of it, but it's all right.
Well, I want to thank you, Clive, for joining us today.
Thank you.
I wish you well on the launch of the new album and the gigs and all that, and then give my best to the guys.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much,
Thanks
Clive.
a lot. This is Clive Bayley from Mabel Greer's Toyshop, and you're listening to Pirate FM or Marlow FM, and I hope you like what you hear.